Yeah, well, if you're a musician, you probably had that feeling. And joining me in the studio right now is a stellar musician. You just heard his work on the new Steph Johnson album, Music is Art. Curtis Taylor, trumpet player, in the studio today. How you doing, man?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me.
It is wonderful to see you again. And you've got a special show coming up, so I wanted you to come in and talk about this, because not often, I get folks who contact me and say, hey, I got the new record coming out, or I've got this, thing happening. And I'm going to tell you folks, here's how this interview came out. Curtis writes to me and says, I'm doing a concert for my mom. Well, I'm a pushover. So tell me about your mom. What are you doing a concert for your mom?
So, okay, here's the deal. My mom just got in town last night, just picked her up from the airport, fresh here, never been to San Diego. And, I'm a firm believer of honoring thy mother and thy father. So my father has since passed on since I was a very young adolescent. And my mom has been, everything. She's been my rock. She's been everything for me. And what's cool about the concert is a surprise. Well, it might not be a surprise anymore. Right. She's listening now. But I've kept it a surprise for this long. This is very good for me.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed as well. And her birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So she doesn't celebrate birthdays anymore, for religious reasons. But that has nothing to do with me. I want to celebrate her birthday, and the Libras. It's Libra season. So I'm doing a special concert at Bourre in the Rolando community. Great venue, great food there, just a short concert. And it's with, like, my favorite musicians to play with. Everybody knows around town and around the world. Grammy Award-winning producer, saxophonist, keyboard, extraordinaire, Kamau, Kenyatta.
Brilliant guy.
Of course. I mean, if anybody know, I'm sure you read the countless articles and seen his name around town a lot. And he has been instrumental in a lot of my success for, the last 6 to 10 years. So, it's always a pleasure to be on the bandstand with him. My bassist, Dean Hulett, we grew up together in Cleveland, Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, and he happened to move out here 2 weeks after I moved out here. And this was not, this wasn't planned. Yeah, so really? it was just like a great coincidence. And, he's out here, he'll be playing bass. And, of course, drummer extraordinaire Richard Sellers, otherwise known as Chef R&B, became kind of like my brother here, and has really looked out for me and made sure I have everything. And I love that cat. And so he's going to be holding down the drums. And then who I call my play auntie, Daneen, Whitley, Wilburn, she will be singing a few numbers as well. And her and Kamau are working on her project now. And let me tell you, oh my God! Wait till the world hears this project.
Good.
It's lights out. Yeah. So.
Well, Kamau definitely he chooses well as a producer. And in fact, he just produced this new one from Steph Johnson. Yep. And now that you talk about you and Dean coming out here, what brings a guy from Cleveland to San Diego to play jazz? What got you out here?
Well, firstly, it was Cleveland to Michigan. I did my undergrad at Michigan State, and then I did my grad degree at Rutgers in New Brunswick. So I was out there on the East Coast in New York and New Jersey for about 7 years. And if anybody's been out there for an extended amount of time, they know it is a grind daily, and it beats you up. And I came out here to do a recording session with Kamau Kenyatta at the end of 2013. And I was like, wow, 70 and sunny, people are nice. It's not so many people per square inch.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I could, I need a break from, the grind. So, I came out here and I did this session, and, a few months later, I just made the move and I came out here.
And it seems like, from my perspective, watching this from outside, that the jazz community really did open its arms to you here in San Diego.
And I really appreciate that. I really do. Yes, they did. And things have just, every year that I've been here, exponentially been getting better. My recording discography has been, just, man, some of the people that I'm on record with now, since I've been here, is just like, what? Like, Patrice Rushen and, Greg Fillinganes, Ed Monta. There's all these great people, and records that haven't even came out. Like, there's one record that hasn't even came out that I wish would come out because it's like, it's so great, the music that's on it and the people that are on it. So I'm really blessed to have came out here and received that, welcome from the jazz community.
And the show that you're going to be doing, the mom show, that's so exciting. What's your mom's name?
My mom's name is Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn. Yes. I personally would like to thank you for nurturing this fine talent along the way. So thank you, Gwendolyn, for that. The show that you're going to be doing for her, are you doing a lot of standards? Are you doing original stuff?
It'll be a mix. If anybody's ever seen the Curtis Taylor Quartet, we do, standards, but we put our little twist on it. And then we also do, basically standards out of my book, things that I've written. And it's always a great time. And then there'll be repertoire that Daneen and Kamau have together, I'm sure. And they will, end up pulling some great stuff from their repertoire. Maybe even we might be lucky enough to hear something from the upcoming release. I don't know. I'm not putting anybody on the spot.
Okay.
I'm not putting anybody on the spot, Auntie.
Kamau, no pressure.
Right. But yeah, so it should be great.
And you and I were talking before we got on mic about the latest album that you have out, which is a little outside the boundaries of what people might consider traditional jazz. Can you talk about that project and who's on that and what that music's about? Yeah,
so basically it's not officially out yet. There are a few, I have released a few things that kind of are promoting it. The first single is out. It's called Hashtagged. And the concept behind the album is to celebrate those popular hashtag moments that happen on social media. So there's a song on there that'll be like called Hashtag Love. There's a song that'll be on there called Hashtag Blessed. And all of these different hashtags, Black Lives Matter, which is very important to me as a black African-American man. And I'm going to have my friend Kendrick Dial on that one. So there is a single or two out on iTunes and everywhere that you can get now, or you can just go to my website, curtistaylor.net. And somebody has my .com, unfortunately, so
Yeah, well, that's all right.
But I got the next best thing. I got .net.
You're all right. So, that's all right. I have ClaudiaRussell.net.
Yes!
I don't do anything with it yet. I don't know what to do with it.
I didn't know that.
See? I don't know what to do with it.
This is why we do these things.
This is why we do these things.
Nice.
It's true. It's true. So give
Everybody
us the
go visit Claudia
No,
Russell.
there's nothing on that page.
Oh, my God. Nothing? Not even a photo?
No. You have to go to the Facebook page if you want to know the true underlying story of Claudia Russell.
Wow. Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks.
And even then, it's highly edited, just saying. Believe it or not, our lives are based on a true story. Tell us again the details for the show that's happening at Bourre, which, by the way, I just have to tell you folks, if you have not been there, food is great. Our friend John Conder runs that restaurant. He's always got outstanding music in there, and it's a good time if you haven't had a chance to get down there. This is a great opportunity for you.
This is a great venue, and it's happening right in the middle of the week, and it's not that long. We're not going to keep you long. It's just more of a celebratory type of thing, like I'm saying. So it's at Bourre if you've never been. Do you have the address on file? I can't remember the address
I'll
off the top
look
of my
that
head.
up while you give us more details.
But it's from 7 to 9. Again, we're going to be celebrating my mom, but we're also celebrating all the Libras, and we're celebrating just, being alive in such a time where we have so much great music out and so much things that are happening and just it's just going to be a celebration. That's pretty much all I can say. I mean,
sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I think we're going to enjoy it. And Bourre is at 6523 University Avenue, so you can check that out. It's Bourre, Bourre Southern Bistro. Some really yummy Creole California fusion food.
I would say make reservations though as soon as you can.
Okay.
It is limited seating.
It's small.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to come out to say hi to Mom.
Yeah, they are. Nobody's coming to see me. They're coming to see Mom. They're coming to see who produced.
I see how that is. But actually, I do want to give you a hand for that, because especially noting that you lost your father at a young age, and that's a lot for any parent, the mother or the father, to pick up on when one parent is lost, and to nurture the children through that grief and that experience, and to continue them on a path that is promising, and to help you nurture the talent that you obviously have, and the groove that you felt, the pull that you felt to go to music. I think it takes a special parent to begin with to really encourage a musician.
I agree.
So thank you to your mother and all of you.
She never discouraged me, never one word. You know, like, and I play trumpet. It's pretty bad in the beginning. Let's be honest. It's pretty bad. It's not like it's pleasant to listen to at the beginning. So
when do you think you got good?
I'm still working on it.
All
you
right,
know, if I have to be honest about myself, I'm super hyped. We were just talking about this off air. I mean, you know, people pay me compliments all the time, and I recognize that I am good, but there's just such a level that I aspire to, and I compare myself against the greats who have existed across time. So when you do that, then you just it's just like you realize how much you need to work on. It's like the more you know, the more you know you need to know.
Right.
You know,
and who are some of those performers that you look to and say, I'm going to shoot for something like that?
Well, just all the classics. Obviously, Freddie Hubbard, Clifford Brown, Lee Morgan, Louis Armstrong. I mean, if you think about Louis Armstrong and what he did in the time that he did it in, that's when it becomes really powerful. Mm-hmm. Because it's just like, if you compare it against today's standards, it's still great. But if you think about what he did, and it was like 1929, or you know, like you're like, what? You know, he got to that music, and somebody like a Clifford Brown or even Booker Little, they died so young, and the music that they accomplished in this short amount of time that they had is just incredible. So, you know, I aspire to be, you know, in that lineage. So,
when you're not making music, who are you listening to?
Who am I listening to? Lately, a lot. I've been listening to Kenny Garrett. I've been listening. I kind of like been discovering Kenny like later on in life, which is weird because it's kind of like you would think he would be right in there with, you know, all the other listening that I did like coming up. But man, Kenny, he's got some stuff. He's got like such a spirit behind his music that it's just like you can't describe. You just gotta listen. You just gotta check it out. And I would hope that people will say that about my music, and when I'm gone years and years and years from now, that, you know, I have that type of spirit. So that's why I listen.
I think that's a great thing to shoot for.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming by, Curtis.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to chat with you. And again, that show happening at Bourre Southern Bistro. You can check it out. And, you know, stop by and say thanks to Gwendolyn. We appreciate all of the work that she did. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm sure glad that you migrated from the East Coast here to the West.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
It's
that.
great to have you part of our scene. We're going to keep rolling now with music from Ted Nash of the Presidential Suite. Here's Water in Cupped Hands, Jazz 88.3.